let's go back a couple of weeks when it was the first round of the NRL in Australia.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the current game, where it is at the moment? Because I've got my thoughts, and I'm going to share them with you in a moment, but I want to hear what you think about everything that's happening in the world of rugby league at the moment.
I think it's great. I think I love it, to be honest. I think so. For example, from a health perspective, we essentially made record profits last year, as in the NRL did. The year before that, surplus again. From 2012, they were at about $180 million revenue a year. Now they're at about $550 million revenue a year. So from a business perspective, that's actually really encouraging. I'm pretty sure that participation was actually up last year, but I think they might be conflating the women like they're using the women's numbers. That's increasing, obviously, and they're putting that into the guys. So I don't know how accurate that was. So from a business perspective, I think it's decent, it's solid, but I think they need to push more towards digital. I know it's a big ship. It's like anything, a big ship. They take fucking forever to turn. Like, we've been saying for like 10 years, the internet's the way, and they're only kind of starting to see it now. From a games perspective, I think it's incredible at the moment. Like what we're seeing these guys do, talent-wise, size-wise, absolutely incredible. I love it. I think the only thing that we could probably do as a game better is maybe have the clubs so that, it's easy to sit here and say have the clubs run better. Well, I don't know the working outs of clubs, but too many clubs are making a loss financially. If we can bring that up to at least breaking even or just a small loss, I think that would help the game heaps. But and then there is the issue of participation in the youth. Obviously soccer is taking over in that by a mile, but doesn't mean it's going to convert into people playing A-League. But as a game as a whole, I judge it on, am I looking forward to footy every week? Is it something I'm excited for? If it ticks those two boxes, I would say I'm loving the game right now. Now, obviously, there are things that we can improve on, the speed of the game and not so many breaks. But other than that, I fucking love it. And I think, not to give myself a rap, but the good old not to give myself a rap and then you give yourself a rap. No, but I do think that Bloke In A Bar, externally from me, has really shown that we have characters in our game. And I'm really glad that over the last 24 months, or probably 16 months, we've really been able to see essentially what it's like in the locker room. These boys they're actually just fucking bunch of fuckwits having a bit of fun. That's all they are, really.
So that's what I was going to touch on. And I think that it is very interesting that you brought that up, because you are doing what the NRL should be doing and what clubs should be doing. If clubs want to be more profitable, if the NRL wants to be more profitable and take over the Australian landscape from the other codes, what they are missing is they're missing characters in clubs. There's no why is there? And you've played NRL. Maybe you could answer this question. Why is there no Conor McGregor in the NRL? Man.
I'll tell you why. You know what? I'll tell you why. It's because, and apologies for interrupting you. It's because there is this battle between the coaches wanting to keep everyone in line, like the army. Fucking don't pull your head out, pull your head in. It's about the wins. And then there's the business side, and it's constantly clashing.
Sure.
It's constantly on top of that, it's Australian culture hurts a bit as well. Obviously, the tall poppy syndrome, everything like that. But I do think I totally agree with you. Why isn't there, for example, the Hectic Cheese, went viral. Everyone loves cheese. Everyone loves the cheese. There's still no merchandise for the cheese.
Can you explain the cheese for everybody who may not be 100%?
Well, it's like this. Well, okay, so the cheese is essentially.
We'll flash up a photo.
We're going to get a photo up. You'll put one up in the thing. Okay.
Do you want to put it? Go on. Take the time. Get it on the background.
Yep. Apologies.
That's all right.
I was going to put in Hectic Cheese in Google, but then I realized that's actually not his real name.
He has become more or less not just a meme, but for fuck's sake. Well, there's most of him. But he is a Melbourne Storm player. And I think, was it Joey that coined the term?
Yeah, I think it was Joey that said he looks like a block of cheese.
Okay. So he looks like a block of cheese. He's a very thick man, I think would be the best way to...
Very thick. Thick. Chode is another description. Chode is also, it could work.
I'm surprised Joey didn't call him a chode. It sounds like something he would call him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a Joey phrase. Absolutely.
He's loosen up.
I mean, but in saying that, Joey is a bit, I'm not going to say stumpy, but he's getting close.
How do you mean stumpy? Oh, by as in size wise.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. There he is. Okay, so that's the cheese.
That's the cheese. And so he's essentially small of stature but very thick. Let's just put it that way. He got termed that, and then I just put up a meme saying because he'd you know, you watch interviews and you can tell someone has a bit of character. They're a bit different. They're on a different kind of plane. And I just said, I wonder what the cheese is. I wonder what the cheese is up to now. It's probably something hectic. And then that just went everyone just kept, what's the cheese up to? Probably something hectic. And then people were just spamming under his photos. Hectic. That's hectic. Wow, that's hectic. Every post he'd put up, there'd be friggin' 100 comments of blokes going, whoa, that's hectic. And it would be just a picture of him standing there.
So why doesn't he have merch?
Exactly. The club hasn't done any merch. For example, I had Josh at a car I think, I don't know whether I reached out to him or he reached out to me. I don't know. But anyway, I just said let's do the 6 Budoos for your ass. That's also a viral thing. So basically he got Budweiser beer, and on the front of it actually says Budoo, which is dick in Indigenous.
Right.
And he just went like that. And he said 6 Budoos for your ass, like a 6-pack or whatever. And that went viral. And so now we're going to put shirts together that say 6 Budoos for your ass. And people want to wear that. I'd wear a cheese shirt. Or for example, why haven't they at games got blocks of cheese that you can buy and put on your head?
On your head, absolutely. And this is where the marketing people, they lose out, because you have, and I know this through a particular family member who was involved with the Knights in management, and I won't say who that is, but you could probably guess. And people who do the marketing, they just have no idea. They've come out of uni, they're doing it by the book, and that is not how people become successful in marketing. You have to have an outlandish mindset. And it's the same with the whole Conor McGregor thing. He sells himself. Why is there no front rower in the game of rugby league today who is calling out someone from the opposition? So I'm going to take your fucking head off. Why wouldn't you do that? You immediately increase your value.
Yep. I'm with you, mate. Oh, absolutely. I think there was some comments, during Origin, and it seems like Origin that they let slip sometimes, and they'll say it. But someone said something I'm going to kill them or something like that. And it went wild. Everyone loved it. Everyone fucking loved it.
Because they want to see that. That's what people want to see. This is
fucking oath.
Every single contact sport, whether it is MMA, whether it's boxing, whether it's rugby league, it is all about that gladiatorial mindset. You want to see these people, and they are paid good money to go in and have brain damage. That's what it is all about. That is what people want to see. They want them smacking heads against each other. And I know people talk about you've got to worry about concussions, and I talk about that too. That is a big concern for a lot of people. But when you sign up to play, you need to be aware that that is a possibility. And I know that from me, when I was playing, all I wanted to do was go and take other people out. I just wanted to hurt people. That was it.
Yep.
I wanted to win and try and hurt someone. That's just the way it is.
Mate, I'm totally with you. Totally with you.
And for whatever reason now, you just can't have that attitude. It's we just go out there, we work in the ruck, we slow it down. It's a 12-second play of the ball. We're all mates afterwards. We're all slapping up and kissing each other afterwards and saying prayers. No. Go out there and try and kill someone. That's what we want.
Well, the irony is that in the changing room, that's what they're saying to each other. So I lost my train of thought too. I was mesmerized by Wood.
The Wood is back.
Yeah, he just out of the grave come on your screen.
I hope he didn't come on my screen. Petrified.
He's come on your screen. But the irony is that it's like this we don't speak about it. Do you know what I mean? It's in the changing room. We're saying, cunt, when he gets the ball, fucking rip his head off. That's what's actually, I'm not exaggerating when I say that is what is being said. Yep. It is actually mate, if he gets the fucking ball, I want you to shoot out of the line and fucking drive him into the ground. And yet we're not allowed to say that publicly. And it's well, first of all, after the game, even if I said, mate, I'm trying to fucking I would never shot anyone. I'm a fucking small little piss weak winger. But let's say I was saying that before the game. After the game, I don't still hate the guy. No. It's it's not like I hate him. It's actually a respect thing of we're going to war against each other. It's like the obviously I'm not comparing shit chat to the haka, but that's a sign of respect. Them giving you the hucker. You know what I mean? It's a war challenge, and it's similar to, again, I'm not conflating the two. I'm not saying they're even, but I am saying is like, if I'm saying I'm going out to kill you, that's a sign of saying I respect you enough that I want to go hard at you, and you better be going hard at me because I want to see who the best is.
It is.
So
It's
I'm with
respect
you.
for the game as well. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what we have decided to come here on this field today to do. I'm a front rower, or I'm a lock, or I'm a second rower, and it's something that my old man always talks about and always did talk about. Was he wanted to put as much fear as possible into his opposite number. You have to beat your opposite number.
Absolutely.
You have to be looking for him. As soon as the kickoff happens, if he's taking the first hit up, you want to be flying out of the line and trying to jam him. And I don't think we see that much of that anymore. I mean, there's one guy who my favorite player is Mitch Barnett from the Knights, because he is, and when I go to games, he's always flying out of the line trying to jam cunts. And I fucking love that. That is like, I love Josh Adokar because he's high flyer, he's quick as, unbelievable athlete. But to see someone fly out of the line and trying to damage someone, that's my favorite thing in the world.